Hi, Leo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a tarot reading for your next 48 hours. I want to thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you that this is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But it's meant to pertain to, to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this reading, not just following what I posted, okay? So apply it as you may. But I do appreciate your support by liking, commenting, subscribing. You know the drill. Let's pull from the, light seers to begin. And I think we need an energy oracle. But I do sense that you're very much personable in the next 48 for whatever reason. It's like you've been through a lot recently and now you're kind of shaking it off, or you're just gaining a lot of opportunities to bond with people. I just feel like your work is thriving. Things could be a lot worse. I do sense that you're a little bit worried about your money for whatever reason, but needing to recognize that things will flow in when they're meant to. Yeah, you're embodying this Queen of Wands energy, in touch with your feminine side for whatever reason, and it's benefiting your work, it's benefiting who you're connecting with, and I just sense that you are very much seeing the wheel turn for you in a positive light, okay? Any risks that you took recently are benefiting you firsthand, okay? In the way you're glowing, again, in what you produce, develop, and who you connect with. I do feel as if some of your manifestations are coming into play, okay? It's like it may not be in the order you would have preferred or expected, but things are coming in, okay? And I do feel as if there's just more than one wheel churning for Leo at this time, all right, in your favor. There's this feeling that you want to charge away from a situation at times due to energy, but you also will feel this inclination to move towards a level of motivation or transportation is what I'm getting, right? Even if you feel the need to just walk, to run, I would give into that, okay? You need the release of energy. You may be feeling kind of pent up at times, or just needing that release in one way, shape, or form once again, all right? And I do feel like your looks, your exercise routines, your self-care routines, that's taking a focus. But I just feel like people are appreciating you, complimenting you. I do sense that there's a reminder of, through certain levels of success, who and what wasn't meant to work out and it's not meant for you, okay? A lot of speaking in the next 48. Let's pull an energy card. Moments of silence in the next 48 will feel quite nice, healing even, but or just productive even. You're getting more done because it's quiet, but then there's something about the feeling in the air in that moment where you just, I don't know, maybe where you're at, who's surrounding you. The World card. Leo's world is changing and it's beautiful. I do sense that, the number 29 added up, 11. Okay, 2 and 9. I do sense that luck is on your side at this time. Look up the spiritual number 11. There's something for you. But I sense that you're feeling larger than life in certain ways, and then retracting in moments of productivity and just in certain levels of productivity, and just buckling down and staying in your lane and just knowing what needs to be accomplished. It's this vibe about Leo where you're hard at work, right? Doing what you got to do plus some. And then you go and have fun, and then you go and bond with people, right? You go and do your thing, or even enjoy the simplicity of your hermit mode in your own individual, creative, enjoyable way, all right? The Spirit's complimenting you in regards to the way you work, but also just in the way you balance things out these days. Angel of Love. Romance is taking a focus. Love is taking a focus in the next 48. What didn't work out in the past was not meant to be. What have made you a little bit nervous? But I do sense that while Spirit's saying there needs to be a focus on connecting with people in a loving way, even friends, new opportunities, old friends, you name it, and potential suitors, potential loved ones, romantic partners is what I'm hearing. You're so focused on your money, right? You're so focused on your career, but that's part of why this is flowing in. Okay, that's part of why this is blossoming. I do sense that there's new hookups for some, or just new levels of connecting with the person you're committed to at this time. But I do sense that you need to have an immense amount of patience underneath it all. All right, there's certain levels of intense energy around you, spiritual messing with potentially, intense dreams, restless nights, But I do feel like you're just, because you have so much energy, again, there's a need to get it out by going for a run or a walk, or just finding a way to go for an exploration, an adventure, or just speaking it out, right? You can see how I'm ranting and it's feeling quite smooth to an extent. Or just, yeah, I feel like you're going to want to stay busy. Okay. But then there are moments when your body is going to be like, Leo, chill out for a second. All right, chill out. You're overdoing it. Okay. So there's a focus on strategy. I feel like strategy when it comes to bonding with people, but strategy when it comes to all that you're trying to accomplish, as so much abundance flows in for you individually. Okay. As the dog is shaking out there, I'm hearing shake it off, and I feel like there's moments where you need to shake it off in the next 48, and there's proof, evidence in the past when you had to shake it off and it worked out for you. So just remember that. Door to spirit, all tied up in hostilities. Now, I do feel like you're going to recognize when the energy isn't perfect in a situation you're feeling a bit tied up in, or just isn't perfect in certain ways, but there's always a way to escape, at least for the majority of what's drawn to this reading. And I do sense that this hostility could tie into spirit, okay, in one way, shape, or form. Once again, the messing with your dreams, but I do sense that there could be at least one dream, if not multiple, that is significant to your past. Okay, it connects to your past to prevent something or to protect you for the future. Wow, okay. Because I do feel like there's some similarities to where you're at now in comparison to the past. I'm not saying it's the same, but I sense that there's a level of forewarning taking place or preparation. Justice. This is coming into play because I do feel like you're being pushed to recognize that your justice is coming into play in more than one way. Okay, and I loved how that rhymed. I just sense that you're well spoken, even if you're spiritually messed with. And we're going to pull a Kipper card. Go with the flow in the next 48, as I do feel like there's a level of things just coming to be as they're meant to. Okay, even though there's just a lot on your plate. And again, you're putting more on your plate than you'd be at some points. You saw that, didn't you? Spiritually messed with. Okay. But I do sense that there's certain levels of concern at certain points in the midst of the imprisonment we were talking about, that very all tied up card feeling, horrible wording. But I just sense that that could be stemming from somebody else. Okay. When you sense something's off, just up and migrate. But I do feel as if your expectations when it comes to a loving situation or a potential situation of love is going to need to be minimalized, right? So that therefore they can exceed your expectations, right? Having them ultra high at this time is not going to benefit you. And I even feel like that comes into play with friends as well. I'm now getting jewelry coming into play. Jewelry. Wow, bear with me. As when those cards came out like that, it just kind of altered my energy, and it feels like certain abrupt moments in the next 48, if not one big one, will alter you in the same kind of way. But so when you're spending time at home, okay, or thinking about a change in your home situation, you're going to be pushed to reflect upon your journey. Think about where your path is heading, okay? But not to overthink it, as I do feel like you have a lot ahead for you as far as change, developments, and there's a push to recognize what has left you in a state of bad health in the past or even recently, and how are we gonna alter that, okay? Don't get back into bad habits, as you know what I'm talking about for you individually, okay? But your connection to a community is leaving you feeling invigorated, healed, appreciated, okay, in one way, shape, or form. I feel like for some that's online. And when at home and just out and about, you're going to receive one, if not many, messages of appreciation, stemming from a level of attraction for some, and just people wanting to catch up. I just feel like all these messages are reminders from spirit, from the universe, that you deserve to feel connected. You deserve the replacing from past situations that didn't work out, but the continuance of certain connections that benefit you in certain ways. I sense that you're going to be viewed as this main female, once again, being very in touch. Bear with me if I could pick it up. Very in touch with your feminine side. and being viewed as this main female in one, if not many ways, okay? As the next 48 hours, that reminds you once again, your world is developing and changing rapidly, but in a lot of beautiful ways. And it's evident through what you create, develop, who you bond with once again, but through your physical appearance. And I'm hearing your mannerisms, all right? Now they're saying, own it, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the next 48, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Leo.